Hello everyone, my name is Blitzvogel, and once again we have another Radeon RX 550 video, and once again we are taking a look at The Witcher 3. Before we get to that, make sure to check the video description or watch to the end for some links to more RX 550 videos of mine, which I'm sure you'll find also interesting and helpful. In a nutshell, The Witcher 3 is kind of brutal to anything and everything, save for the best video cards out there, and the RX 550 is definitely not one of the best. Doesn't mean it's useless or you can't have a good Witcher 3 experience, but the RX 550 isn't really suited to 1080p with this game. It wasn't that way with the Radeon 7750 or 5850 I've tested with The Witcher 3 as well. It's a damn shame too, because the RX 550 is right on the cusp of decent performance at 1080p with a mix of medium and high settings, but too often and quite annoyingly we get sucktastic sub 30 FPS dips. The Witcher 3 presents a very geometrically complex and detailed world, especially with large amounts of trees, bushes, and grass swaying gracefully in the wind. Village huts, castles, and everything else man-made are very believable and tangible relative to the natural environment. It's reasonable to assume these details incur a big effect on graphics processing, and you'd expect lowering these details to increase frame rate immensely, right? Well, you're wrong. Lowering the detail, terrain, and foliage settings to their minimums gives us very few frames back, while still presenting unacceptable frame rates at 1080p too often. What it really all comes down to, I've postulated that is the overall geometry and tessellation, and the significant load it places on Z-buffering out to screen space. I've even tried controlling tessellation values directly through the AMD Radeon driver settings in case of trolling levels of tessellation, but to no avail. It didn't change performance, unfortunately. The best fix to all this is lowering the resolution, which does suck to a small degree, but not as much as reducing actual detail settings in the game that will actually detract from the complete visual presentation. A reduction to 1600 by 900 will provide the performance boost needed for a smoother, more enjoyable experience. And this is in retention of graphics settings kept at high or medium, along with other features like anti-aliasing, bloom, and motion blur still checked and enabled. The experience is not bad at all if you have anti-aliasing enabled and can get over the sub 1080p render resolution. Visually, The Witcher 3 in this configuration should be on par with the Xbox One, but might fail a bit to the PS4 with its full 1080p output. However, the consoles have more aggressive texture filtering and level of detail control, meaning environment details are better realized on PC at the high setting. This makes a lower resolution much more forgiving. Despite a lack of 1080p, the RX 550 puts up a very respectable fight for such a cheap entry-level video card against consoles that feature more graphics compute, the PS4 specifically having a 50% advantage. Not a bad way to turn a lame desktop into a rudimentary gaming PC. Anyways, as always, thanks for watching, and be sure to check out my other RX 550 videos profiling games like GTA 5, Battlefield 1, and CSGO. Don't forget to subscribe as well so you don't miss any future content. Until next time, take care everybody.